This is the Peter Greenwood Show, and it's not often people come back on the show. I don't know if you recall, a few years ago, you were here with the screen test.
Yeah, well remembered. Wink, wink.
Yeah.
Yes, nice to see you again, Peter. How are you?
To see you. I am very well. How are you? For the people who don't know you, could you tell us your show name and your name and your show title, please?
I'm Bebe Cave. I'm doing a show called Swoon at 5:40 at the Jack Dome in Pleasance.
So what is Swoon, and why did you come back to Edinburgh? You were free. You were in the world.
Well, it's my third solo show,
Really?
but it's actually my sixth Fringe show in total. I came to the Fringe for the first time with my sister, Jessie Cave, who's a performer as well, in 2012, and we did a two-hander comedy show called Bookworm, and that gave me a bug as a teenager. I love being able to come up here and do bizarre, quirky, weird girl comedy. I think as an actress you don't have as much freedom as you do up here to create sort of silly worlds for yourself to perform in, so I guess I couldn't bloody help myself.
So how does Swoon differ from the screen test?
So, well,
What is Swoon, essentially?
Sure. Swoon is a comedy about the Pre-Raphaelite Brotherhood, who were a group of idealistic young painters in Victorian London who decided to quit the Royal Academy and start this secret society of painters, and thought they were really starting a revolution, but actually they were just painting pictures of really gorgeous, skinny, sad girls. And I thought that they had an interesting parallel to, male artist culture today, and I thought I would be able to portray them in a funny way. So I've always been obsessed with that style of painting, and I thought it would be a fun thing to make a comedy show about.
Where did you get the inspiration? Was there any particular portrait that you saw that was like, yes, this is the star, this is the character I am going to be?
Well, the show is sort of loosely thematically based around the painting Ophelia, which is their most famous work, by John Everett Millay, one of the Brotherhood. And I think that painting really has all of the major themes and hallmarks of their work. It's a beautiful, skinny, sad, drowned, wet, dead girl. And it's beautiful and exquisite, but also incredibly sad. And I think that, in a way, it's like the male artist fantasy boiled down into a painting. And I thought that the model for the painting, Lizzie Siddle, who had a really interesting life and was their most sort of famous muse, really, in a way. She had a very tragic life story. And all of this sounding like a really good ingredients for a comedy show, I'm sure you're thinking.
Not at all.
But I thought that the relationship between her and Dante Gabriel Rossetti, one of the Pre-Raphaelites, would be an interesting comedic parody for the way that men can, sort of especially artistic, soft boy, tote bag sort of men, can treat can treat the women in their lives. And I thought it would be fun to try and draw some modern parallels. So I would say Ophelia is probably the most inspiring painting of all of those for me.
And what did you find when you were looking at the parallels between back then and the culture today?
I think that the way that we fetishize female sadness and sickness, I think that with the rise of Ozempic and, women in their teens and 20s getting Botox, we are freezing ourselves to look like paintings. We are making ourselves smaller. And I think that beauty culture has always been toxic. But I think that it's not that it's got better or worse. I just think that we digest it in completely different ways. And we have a new version of it for every century. And so there's a lot of references to beauty culture. I even have a whole section of the show that's a parody of America's Next Top Model.
Do you have a RuPaul?
I don't have a RuPaul. That probably would have been a really good addition to the show.
Listen, I'm not pitching it or anything, but I look fantastic in a tutu.
Oh, good to know, Peter. Thank you. I will keep that in mind.
Please do. So, what are you enjoying about it? About putting this out there? And what do you think the audience is taking away from it?
I think the best challenge part of the show has been... Sorry.
It's okay.
Sorry, I'm just going to check that that's okay. Okay, it's all good. So I think probably the part of the show that I'm enjoying the most is the fact that I think it's an elevation from my previous shows. There's a better, more sort of beautiful set. I've always really gone for a sort of colourful, homemade quality to my work and my sets. And my mum has always helped me a lot, as well as my director, Millie. We're all crafty people. But because I was doing a show about art, we decided to try and reflect that in the set this year. And I got to work with a really talented set designer, Ellie Winter, who designed me a great set concept, which is based on gilded golden frames. And I think that I then ended up paper macheing them and gold leafing them, or imitation gold leafing them, because if I'd done real gold leaf, it would have cost a bomb.
Yeah, that's not cheap anymore, is it?
No.
It used to be kind of affordable.
No. So it's imitation gold leaf, which is copper, which hopefully won't oxidize by the time that we get to the end of the month. But we'll see, because that'll be copper gold frames, I reckon. Anyway, I think that the set and the frames almost act as portals in the show for the different characters, and I think that's a real elevation from previous aesthetics I've had in my previous shows.
And when you're done with the show, what's going to happen to it next? Is this going to stick around a little while, or...?
I hope so. You don't really know, but I would love to be able to take it on tour like I did with my show Christ Bride last year. And I suppose I just want to keep telling this story, adding to it and expanding to it for as long as it feels like it's the story that I'm supposed to be telling. And maybe I'll end up telling a new story in a year or something like that. I think 3 Fringe shows in a row, probably I should take a break after this. They're all connected though. It's sort of a trilogy.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Right. And I want to know so much more about that. What's it like? How are they connected?
Well, my show Christ Bride last year was the biggest step I think I've taken in terms of myself as a comedic performer. It was my comedy debut, and I think I really developed as a performer. I was much braver with my choices, and I always do silly characters, but I think I relied less on it being a sort of theatrical acting experience, and I allowed myself to really step into my destiny, which is just as a woman that's doing silly voices, wearing stupid hats. And the response I had to Christ Bride was so unexpectedly wonderful, and it allowed me to go on my first tour around the UK, and I did multiple runs of it at the Soho Theatre. And in a way, I think all of my characters in all of my shows are connected because they're about women who are trying to express themselves. Screen Test was about an actress trying to make it, and Christ Bride was about a girl trying to become a medieval mystical nun. And in my show Swoon, it's about somebody trying to be a muse, and they're all elements of myself that I'm drawing out. And I suppose I'm very interested in female expression and failure of that pursuit as well, and maybe what that does to a person. Clearly working out some of my own demons, I reckon.
That's an interesting point. Like, do you feel... I mean this, but I'm not quite sure how to ask this, but what do you think you're getting out of it for you personally?
I think that I'm on the process of discovering, and almost at the end of that process of discovering, that it's a real joy of mine to be able to do comedy. I think when you're an actress, you want to be seen as mysterious and delicate and wistful and sad and beautiful. And all of the characters I've ever played, I've been trying to aim for that in some way or another, that sense of importance. And I think what I've really found from the process of doing these shows in a kind of a meta way is that actually comedy has been something that's brought me more understanding within myself. And I think that that's what the trilogy is about, and that's what I'm getting out of it. It's a sense of knowing myself a little bit better as a performer.
Is it going to stick a trilogy, or is there some voice back here that's like, "Hi, I'm here. Let me out, BB"? Is there one trilogy?
No, I think that the trilogy feels like it's going to be these 3 shows, and then my aim is to film them and release them, and then I suppose if I do another show, it will be part of a different project. I think this feels like the end of this project. Yes.
Which must be very exciting, but also kind of scary, because I've got this achievement of doing these 3 shows, of making these 3 characters, of bringing them to life, but then it's like, what in the hell is next? What is there? What's that like for you? Well,
I'm excited to not have to do a Fringe show next year, and maybe not have the stress of trying to sort of get it down at the last minute. But the Fringe is also such a brilliant place. I'm sure I'll have incredibly intense FOMO for not being here next year.
That's what keeps me coming back, is every year I turn 40 this year, and the backpack on my back just gets a little bit heavier every year, especially going up all the hills. And there's the part of me that's like, okay, I don't know if I can do this, but mentally I'm like, if I do not, I will hate myself forever. It's a place you just keep coming back to. Is that what you find?
Certainly. It's a city filled with lots of layers of memories for me, and performing here for the first time when I was a teenager, performing with my sister. I met my partner, my fiance. I'm actually getting married to him next year.
Oh, that's new information. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you very much. But I met Horatio here at the Fringe as well when I did a show here with my sister in 2019. Yes, it's a city of transformation for me, and I'm excited to see what chapter will be next in Edinburgh for me. But I got to focus on this chapter right now. I need to finish this chapter. I've already just started.
Yeah, there's so many things. It's like, okay, I need to do this, and this, but
Yes.
oh wait, no, I need to finish this thing. What is next for you as a performer? More touring of Swoon, or?
Hopefully. And I've also found out I just tore my meniscus, so I think I'm going to have to get surgery in September when I get home. So I reckon 6 weeks of lying down, maybe a little bit of writing, and trying to get my shows filmed.
Obviously, I know what a meniscus is, but for those who don't, pretend I don't know what a meniscus is.
It's part of your knee.
Oh, is it? Ooh, that's rough. Are you okay?
Oh, I'm fine. I mean, I'm just about making it through, but I reckon by the time we get to September, I'm going to really need some help.
Yeah. I get knee problems, and I have those tubular bandages. They help.
Oh,
They
good
help.
to know.
Where can people find out about you online?
You can follow me on Bebe Cave on Instagram.
And I believe I am following you on Instagram.
Okay, great.
Thank you so much for your time. Lovely to see you again,
My
Bebe.
pleasure, Peter. Thank you so much.
I know you said maybe not. You won't be here next year, but please come. Just for the fun of it.
That's very sweet. Thank you. Nice to
See
see
you
you
then.
again.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bebe Cave Swoon is playing at 20 to 6 in the evening every day up until the 30th of August, not including Tuesday the 18th, over at Jack Dome at Pleasance Dome. For more information, go to edfringe.com and type in Bebe Cave, Bebecave. Until next time, I've been your host, Peter Greenwood. Bye, everybody, bye.